Good morning and welcome to Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to Sports Extra.
Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Charlie Costal.
It's sure to be a great matchup, but definitely one we're equipped for. But before we can talk about that, let's talk about what went wrong with the men. After dominating their play-in game, the Heels faced the Ole Miss Rebels on Friday, hoping to move past the first round of the NCAA tournament. The Rebels put the first couple of points on the board with this dunk just 40 seconds into the first half. The Heels responded with a shot from Van Allen Lubin, tallying a total of only 4 points 4 minutes into the game.
They could have just keeled over right there, but they didn't. They held out for 14 innings. We also saw a lot of sack plays from Hargett and Van de Breek with laydown bunts and a return on investment from a switch up in the batting order. I think seeing Van de Breek a lot higher really helped the team out, and it contributed to the win this weekend. Tar Heels softball now heads into enemy territory, traveling to Durham for a rivalry series against Duke. The Blue Devils have had a strong season, boasting an impressive lineup. Graduate student Danny Drogmuller has led the charge on the mound with a 10-5 record, while Anna Gold has powered the offense with 31 RBIs and 6 home runs. But Duke's numbers don't quite stack up against Carolina's Kat Rodriguez, who's driven in a staggering 62 RBIs and knocked out 6 home runs of her own.
As the captain of a D1 AA sport, Garland has significant control over the team's growth.
So we got a pretty young team right now that we're developing every single practice. This spring we're doing 15 on 15 and 7s just to maximize game time.
The team holds practice 4 days a week right here at the Bill Coleman Center.
Rugby's obviously a super physically demanding sport, so we spend a lot of time and focus warming up. So we do a lot of band work, a lot of stretching, a lot of dynamic movements.
1, 2, 3.
Despite their hard work, playing a less popular sport comes with its struggles.
It is a little bit hard to play a sport that isn't as developed as like football, basketball, soccer, but I think as more people get into it, everybody that plays falls in love with it. So as long as we keep that rolling, I think one day we'll be just as big as those other sports are.
Most notably, we got Jonathan Powell from West Virginia. He averaged 8.3 points and 3 rebounds. He was most comfortable from the right side bend of the arc, posting a 35% on the three-point percentage. He wasn't a major force for West Virginia, but I think he's the type of player that could really blend well with Ian Jackson and Drake Powell. His shooting with their slashing could be a force for the Heels.
I'm here at Krzyzewskiville, also known as K-ville, just outside the Cameron Indoor Stadium, where Duke University students have been tenting for 3 weeks to secure a ticket to the UNC Duke game.
I'm actually from Durham, so I grew up a massive Duke fan, so when I first came to Duke, this is something I knew I wanted to do. Our tent name is Proctor Doofenshmirtz, named after our very own Tyrese Proctor.
Though it's a highly anticipated and lighthearted event at Duke, tenting comes with its struggles.
Some people have to take the dreaded night shift where they will call 3 checks a night or so. I think it is all worth it because you'll see the fans and you'll be like, every one of these fans has slept here one time.
For some of those fans, Duke basketball is very personal.
I've talked about this on the show before. I've had a rough go at the bracket this year. I only got 1 Final Four correct, and it was Florida, so I have to go Florida. I don't think Houston's got what it takes, and just for the sake of keeping my bracket at least a little bit alive, I'm going with Florida.
Well, not all of us can be as smart as me, who had all 4 Final Four picks correct and the championship picks correct. Let's go. I am rooting for the Gators to win, as my nephew James would say, chomp, chomp.
Chomp, chomp.
Charlie, I know you did a little dancing on your last show, and I'm sure I'm not the first to say it was pretty bad.
Yes, thank you, Kate. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Yeah, well, okay, here's a perfect example. Yeah, the arms are lackluster, the hips are non-existent. I could definitely use a couple lessons from Carolina Vibe.
Gotta remember, it's all in the hips, just like this week's winner of Play of the Week.
Tune in on Friday for a preview of another very exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.
We'll be back on Monday with all of the highlights of another exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.